a lot of the streamers, especially all the streamers, to a certain degree, can walk away from the table and say, we don't have to negotiate on this because we make more money on international. The
Wow.
studios are not far behind. If you look at any of the most recent top 10 movies, the international gross receipts were much higher than domestic.
So can we talk about Citadel here? I mean, this
I
is
was just going to bring it up.
a
Where
good
that
place for
changes is
Citadel.
in series as opposed to film. So Citadel, so there's a couple of things here. Citadel is popular, critics hate it. So if you look at Variety or Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or The Wrap, they all are calling it a failure. Internally at Amazon, it's not a failure.
Not a failure. So this is a new Amazon series. It's Richard
Yeah.
Madden stars in this kind of international spy thriller show. I haven't watched it yet. Have either
I
of
have
you
not
guys
either.
checked it out?
I
I've not
did.
seen
I
it.
liked it. But again, everybody knows me. I'm an easy audience. So you shouldn't be going by me. There's a lot of things I like that we all, the three of us especially, but everybody that's watching too, would be like, oh, Jen. But I really liked it. It's fun. You know.
Okay, since you've
So
seen
the
it,
word
Jenny,
there-
why is, before you get in, Darren, why do the critics consider it awful? What's their bone of
Well,
contention here?
their
Before
bone
we
of
go further.
contention is that they think the writing sucks and they think that it's using action to fill a story.
Okay.
They're not wrong, but considering that we have, and this is where again, another conversation, but everything can't be an Oscar-winning A-level movie. A B popcorn movie or series is worth it. A C popcorn movie or series is worth it. Now, here's where the difference is. If you spend A-level budget on a B or C-level popcorn series, you've got a problem. Amazon had to renew this series because they have to be able to take advantage of the fact that they've built these sets, they've already paid their actors, they can basically, quote unquote, syndicate this, because I'm sure you guys all saw that HBO Max, I'm sorry, Max and Netflix and Amazon are now not going to keep their individual independent productions on their own streamers. They will be syndicating them out. It's another bone of contention at the table for negotiations because, oh my gosh, look, you're not going to just make money on your own subscriptions. You're going to syndicate this out globally, which means, hey, you can make a shit ton of money without relying on your own subscription.
Look at what happened with Westworld.
We've already seen it from HBO Max Discovery with some of their what used to be prestige content a few years ago, Westworld.
Huge.
And the Nevers, those and lots of other shows got farmed out, and now they're on Tubi and Roku,
right,
as part of that global syndication. But my point about Citadel is, from what I've read, it's not a failure for Amazon because Amazon's long-term plan is for this to be an international franchise.
Exactly.
They don't really care how many Americans necessarily are subscribing to Prime Video to watch the Citadel.
Right.
They want to be able to duplicate the formula in all these other territories. So you have local spin-offs of the Citadel, and now it becomes this international juggernaut. It's a very long-term game plan.
It absolutely. Now, look, and Amazon always plays a long-term game plan. Always has.
It doesn't require this show to be successful domestically.
That's right. And look, this is part of a broader, and we should talk about this in another one about, because specifically for Stargate, it will have impact on it. That Amazon has a very, very long-term pragmatic approach to how they're doing the creative studios. They know they're going to lose money. Fine. What they're more concerned about is where can they make a mark in the global market, in the international market. So one of the reasons why this was a huge deal is the production company that they partnered with. The entire point is to have this be a partnered global franchise where now individual countries will have their own Citadel that they produce in territory and distribute globally to their own in language. And then it would be not dubbed, subtitled, which is cheaper around the world. So this is a very ambitious equation, but I like it personally. As someone who loves to work internationally and thinks that we need to get out of the US myopic, we're the best box office, I love this idea.
Do they all Do they all
But
share the
let's
same
say-
universe, or is it just
Yeah.
their own take on the show?
No, it's all shares the same universe. So
Wow.
It's a super
The
cool
way-
idea, especially for
Yeah.
right, international friends have had to deal with American, right, North American centric TV and film for
Yeah.
years. This is a really cool idea.
Wow.
I also notice as we're talking about it that from Amazon's perspective, right, SAG-AFTRA doesn't necessarily have anything to do with this.
Exactly. So they just negotiated another contract with India. But which, no surprise, Bollywood. Okay, cool. So here's one that they just negotiated that might surprise people, is that they just negotiated with Nollywood, which is the Nigerian film and production. Nigerian film and production, for everybody that's watching, is booming, huge. I've got literally talking to Priscilla Pesci. She's in Spain. She's hearing about proposals from Nigeria because Nigeria decided, hey, we would love to not just have our folks in our own country be slave labor for oil pipelines and diamond and cell phone mining. And so what they did was they looked at India, literally went and talked to them, created their own template, and now this is what they've got. And you put these deals together that make Stargate genuinely global. How amazing would that be if we did that? If we had the Citadel business model, but applied to Stargate franchise.
I'm just now hearing about this. I think this is with Citadel. I think this is a great idea.
I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And it goes back to Mike Vogel's point, which is not that we don't want these franchises. We still want Star Wars, Indiana Jones, whatever, but give us something new about that franchise that re-energizes us. This would re-energize us. It could bring in, first of all, it could literally answer everybody's bitching about, okay, please, somebody just make a decision about this.
Yeah.
Do something. It can answer everybody's, and you never have this in entertainment, everybody's demands. Jen Salka could have a movie. Nick Pepper could have his series. The fans could have something that is not just referential, but involves SG1, SGA, SGU, and then there's something new. Oh my God, would that be amazing?
Yeah, you get like
I'd be
an
doing
MCU
backflips.
thing going on with Disney Plus and theatrically.
Right,
So
right,
what I think
That
has
would be
been,
Christmas
go ahead,
for
Darren.
us. That would be Christmas for us, right?
Yeah.
But
right.
it would take a large investment, as you say,
Mhm.
and large investments have to be amortized over
Mhm.
some way, and or with multiple revenue streams. And let's say this is how Stargate became such a mega franchise for MGM back in the day.
Right.
It had all these different revenue streams to sell it even before DVD, sell it internationally, sell it into syndication.
Think about the licensing and merchandising that you could have internationally, which again, globally is a bigger number than domestically. So my God, I mean, think about looking behind you, David, looking behind you, Darren. Collectibles, the opportunity for collectibles would be enormous because you would have all these different siloed stories that were being told, but they all tie together. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry, I get really excited about that. I hope that that's what could happen. I would take some version of that even, but we got to get the strike done first. And the only way that happens is if everybody comes to the table willing to negotiate.
Thank you for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up with that like button. It will encourage the algorithm to show this to other Stargate fans. Also, please consider sending this to a fellow Stargate friend. I also want to invite you to subscribe to future episodes right here on YouTube. We are a live show, so changes are likely to happen all the time. And if you plan on joining us live, you'll want to be the first to know. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com for the complete guest schedule so you'll know when to join us and ask your very own questions to our guests. See you on the other side.